Hello? Hello? Yo? Anybody here? Hello? All right, guys, this is not funny. Okay. Hello? What was that? Yo, is that you? What is that glowing green thing? Oh my God, no way. Ah! Oh my God.
Hey man, what are you still doing here after hours?
Hey, Jack, where did this box come from?
I've never seen it. Just pack up and let's go.
I know exactly what I can do with this. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Embroidery Hub. In today's episode, I'm bringing you a very spooky new episode that it's all about, you guessed it, glow-in-the-dark thread. I've been dying to use threads like this, especially since so many embroiderers have been posting it on our Facebook group, Embroidery and Custom Apparel Mastery. It looked so dang cool that I wanted to try it out for myself. So, since I'm using specialty threads, I'm going to show you how easy it is to organize your different thread types using our newest 20 needle MT8S embroidery machine. So before anything else scary happens, I'm going to go ahead and jump right in. So let's glow. Oh, no, not yet. Okay, now let's go. All right, ghouls and gals. So the first part of any embroidery, it's always the digitizing. So since the digitizing is pretty basic and basically is going to be on a flat garment, I'm going to breeze right through this part. But remember, Ricoma inspired digitizing software comes free with any Ricoma embroidery machine, and we teach you how to use it for free as well. But today I'm going to be using Ricoma Luxe because I'm spoiled like that. All you have to do is sign up for a free training in your customer portal, or you can also check our Ricoma digitizing channel on YouTube, which I've linked it in the description below, along with where to buy Ricoma if you don't have it already. All right, so let's go ahead and create our spooky design. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to start off with is going to be the witch hat. So I'm going to use the complex fill and basically trace it like we usually do. So let's go ahead and zoom in, start off with a corner, and let's start with this corner here. Now remember, just press your control button or your command if you have a Mac to be able to make the curves, and if you let go, you're going to do straight lines. The same thing we usually do, so I'm just going to go ahead and go over this really quickly, so I'll see you in a second. So let's go to the selecting tool and let's change this color to a pink. And now let's go to the density, put it at 0.3, and let's move on to our underlay. And on the density for the underlay, instead of 2.0, I'm going to put it at 4.0. Enter. All right. Let's apply. That looks pretty good. Now the last thing I'm going to do to this is go to my shaping tool and let's start this off from the bottom to the top and let's give it a little angle. So for the wrinkles that are in black, I'm going to use a steel stitch, and then I'm going to make the width of the steel stitch thin so it can look just like if it were a satin stitch. It's pretty good. Now let's change the color and let's make sure that we have a trim in between all of these small wrinkles. So let's go over to the commands, the end command, select trim, let's apply, and there we go. So like I've said in the past, when you have small details like that black dot that's on the top of the hat, most of the times you won't even notice it, so I'm not even going to worry about adding that in there. So let's go ahead and move on now to the strap on the hat, which is a little bit lower. And on this one, I'm going to use a complex fill, and then I'm going to change it to a satin stitch. Okay, so we're done with the hat. Now let's go ahead and zoom out and let's move on to, let's go to the back. Now for this is gonna be super simple. I'm just going to use my advanced tools in Chroma Lux to save time. So I'm going to select a complex fill and I'm going to select magic wand, and then I'm just going to click on the bat and basically it'll do it for me. So that is the lazy way, but it's also the smart way. So let's go ahead and change the color up just a little bit. Let's move it to this light blue over here. And let's make some small edits like the density, the underlay, the start and stop, and the angle line. All right, so that's it for the bat. Now let's move on to the stars. We're gonna do pretty much the same thing, but we're going to convert it to a satin, and then we're going to edit the split lines and the angle lines. So the first thing we're gonna do is select our complex fill. Our wand is already selected because we just did the bat. So let's go ahead and just change the color from the beginning. So we'll change it to yellow. And then now I'm just going to left click, right click, and there we have it. Now there are a couple of these. So what I'm gonna do is just edit one and then copy and paste to the rest. Makes it super easy and fast. So let's zoom in. And now we're going to left click, convert to satin, and then go to our shaping tool, and we're going to delete all of our angle lines. And as you can see, we have two split lines, so that's perfect. I think that'll work. And I'm just going to split it right in the middle, okay? And now we're going to right click and add our own angle lines. I'm gonna add one here, one that's gonna be coming down, another one on this side, and another one on this side. So right click outside, that's the way it's going to look. Okay, I am happy with that. Let's make the small edits like the density. And let's just add a little bit of a push and pull composition. So maybe 110 would do. Just a little bit more, just so it can kind of be a little thicker than usual. And lastly, I'm going to do the underlay. So let's go over to the underlay tab. Let's select percentage, and let's just say maybe 120. It's pretty good. It makes it just a little thicker. So now all we have to do is just copy and paste and drag it over to the other side. And we're done with the stars, so now let's move on to the text. And I know it seems a little repetitive, but that's how you get better with this program. So let's just go ahead and breeze right through this. All right, so we are done with the design. Now you might be asking yourself why I'm not using a satin stitch for the text. And the reason is because I'm using glow in the dark thread. That means that I'm going to have to lower my tensions. And if I do that with the satin stitch, it's probably going to look very loose. So that's the main reason why I'm not going to use a satin stitch. And I also wanted to look like there's a lot of stitches so that when you turn off the lights, it glows a little more. So that's the main reason why I'm not using satin stitch. But if you have smaller letters, you could probably get away with it. All right, guys, so we are all done with the digitized.
Hello, William. I want to play a game. For a time now, you've gone out of your way to help people online with helpful tips, tricks, and tutorials on your YouTube channel. Today, you will have to help yourself though. To your left is the Ricoma MT2001. With it, you will have only 1 hour to embroider the design you have just created.
Well, it's not gonna take me an hour because I'm using the MT2001 and that runs at 1200 RPM. So it's gonna slice a lot of time out of that.
Right. Keep in mind how thin the glow-in-the-dark threads are. Extremely thin. All those third bricks could end up breaking you.
You do know that this machine comes with an extra row of tension knobs, right? That means that my tensions are gonna be super precise. Okay.
Well, I've stolen all the USB sticks from your office, so you'll have to find a different way to get your design to the machine.
Okay, hold on. I don't know what movie this is or what year it was made, but this machine, you can send it wirelessly. So hold on, let me minimize you really quickly here. You go to File, you go to Send to Machine, select the machine, and you press Send. That's it.
I guess there's no time to waste then. Your time begins now.
All right, Billy, no time to waste, so let's get this thing hooped. Come on. All right, guys, so yeah, what we're gonna do now is basically the hooping. We're gonna grab our mighty hoop. This is a magnetic hoop. I've talked about this in the past in the other videos. You can check those out, or you can simply scroll down to the description below, and there's gonna be a link there for these kind of hoops. So let's go ahead and open this up. And now I'm not going to be using any stabilizer because we don't really need it because this is structured already. So what I have to do is very simple. It's just bring this inside, let it fall to the bottom so it can straighten out, and then we're going to move it up just a little bit. Now I like to use these hoops because it just helps me hoop better when I'm visually trying to center it. So that's one of the main reasons, but on top of that is because it's very fast. All I really have to do to hoop this is just place it down, and I'm done. Now, another cool thing is that if you don't feel like it's tight enough, you could always stretch it a little bit and it'll get really tight. And also, it doesn't leave any burn marks on your fabric. So that's another cool feature of it. All right, that's pretty much it for hooping this tote bag. So let's go ahead and put it in the machine and let's talk about it a little bit. Let's go. Ooh, look at the size of this beast. It's bigger than I am. All right, let's get this hooped in. All right, guys, so today I am super excited to be using our newest MT2001 embroidery machine. Now, this is the single head model, but it comes in 2 and even 3 heads as well, and it's the first and only truly 20 needle machine of its kind. If you're interested in learning more about this machine, check out the link in the description below. Why so many needles, you may ask? Well, it's easy because having more needles allows you to embroider more colors in one run, rather than stopping to change out your threads, which ultimately saves you more time. Also, more needles means that you can preset your machine in different parts so that you can switch back and forth between regular and specialty projects without having to stop. In the end, it's all about efficiency. So, why don't you come a little closer so that I can show you exactly how I set up my machine? Come on. All right, guys, so this is the way I set up my machine. I have the first 8 colors as just standard colors. For example, my white, my black, red, blue, and so on. Then the next 4, I did some shades of colors. So for example, this penny color that I have here. Now the next 4, I split them up into 2 and 2. Basically, I use the first 2 for metallic threads and the last 2 for matte threads. Now for the last roll of 4, I'm basically using it for specialty projects. For example, this one that I won't do year-round. Now, you don't have to set up the machine exactly how I did. You could set it up totally differently. For example, you can use the last 4 for hats, and then all you have to do is adjust your needles and your presser foot and obviously your tensions. And you could also do something a little different. If you have a customer that always uses the same design with the same colors, then you could just have those colors somewhere that you know they're always going to be there, and you don't have to go back and change them back and forth. That's the beauty about having so many needles, that you don't have to come back here that often. So since I'm using these specialty threads, they are very, very light, so I do have to make some adjustments to my tensions. Now, with this machine, we have this extra row here, which is amazing because now we can get our tensions to the T. So all I'm gonna have to do now is just loosen these up just a little bit. So if you want to go even to the next step, with this machine is a little different from the rest because now we have the little spring on each and every knob. So now you don't have to do for all of them at once. Now you could do for one specific thread with one specific needle. So that's pretty cool. I don't have to go there because this machine is perfect, so I'm just gonna leave it as is and run it. All right, so now that the hard part is over, let's go ahead and treat ourselves to the beautiful sound of 1200 RPMs. All right, so the design is completed. Let's get it off of the machine. And well, with 30 minutes to spare, it looks like trick's on you because I got all the treats. Well, nothing left to do but to let it glow and shut off the lights, baby. Hey, Jack. Jack, I got something to show you, brother. Look at this. Where you at? Jack? Hey, Carlos, have you seen Jack around? I want to show him this cool design that I made with the glow-in-the-dark thread I found yesterday.
Yeah, Jack's been on vacation up north for like a week or two now. He's seeing his family. You didn't know that, man?
He's been gone for that long? So if that wasn't Jack, then who was it? Who cares? Happy Halloween, guys. Bye-bye.
That's a wrap.
All right. What do you guys want to have for lunch?
Going for tacos?
Taco sounds good. Let's go. There you have it, guys. I hope you enjoy learning all about this new glow-in-the-dark thread that is perfect for this Halloween season. I made a trick-or-treat bag, but you can embroider just about anything, including glow-in-the-dark costumes. Wow. So if you're using glow-in-the-dark threads this season, make sure to share your work on our Facebook group, Embroidery and Custom Apparel Mastery, and also make sure to like and share this video as well while you're at it. For even more creative content just like this, make sure to follow us on YouTube and Instagram where we post daily. And guess what? We're even on TikTok, so check us out there for our latest spooky content that we have going on. If you have any creative ideas for the upcoming holiday season, or even an episode you want people to watch, make sure you write it down in the comments below and we might just do them. But alright guys, happy Halloween and I'll see you on the next video. Bye bye.